Hello guys and welcome to the Cinematography channel. Today we're going to be talking about lenses and understanding them. Basically on every lens you've usually got either two numbers or one number. Now the millimeters is the focal length. So the lower the number, the more you can actually see, the wider the angle that you can actually see. So let's say you had an 8mm lens, that would be extremely wide. You'd be able to see like virtually everything. Even if you were standing in a small room, you'd be able to see the whole room. And as you get higher and higher, 10mm, 12, you can see less and less of the room. The disadvantage of having such a wide visual is that you actually sometimes get some fisheye effect, which is the bending of lines. This happens because the lens is round, so you get some bending of lines which can be fixed in post, but it doesn't look so natural always. So that's something bad. The good thing about wide angle lenses is even if you're not so stable with them and you shake when you use the camera, that's not always so noticeable. Whereas if you go to a really close-up lens like this one, for example, 70mm to 210mm, that's going to give you a lot more visual movement. So unless you have a stabilizer, you're going to see a lot of movement. So this is a zoom lens. It goes up to 210mm. Now that's only true when you pull out the zoom and you're all the way in, you get 210mm. But if you leave the zoom in out, you're actually at 70mm. So that's the lowest this lens can actually go, is 70mm. So this lens wouldn't be an all-round use lens. It's only going to be good if I'm trying to really focus in close up on somebody. So this isn't an all-round good lens. But if you were going to pick a lens for yourself, the first lens for example, you'd probably want one that would be able to get you a wide angle. For example, 12mm, 13, 14, maybe the highest is 18. And you also want a little bit of zoom also. And how much zoom? You probably want at least 35mm, 50mm, however much you can get in there. The problem with zoom lenses is that they have quite a low f-stop. Now what is an f-stop? It's the amount of light that the lens can actually take in and keep. So this lens, for example, is an f4. It says here 1:4. That means it doesn't take that much light. So the problem with this lens, you're going to have to be using it in very lit conditions. But if you get a lens which is like just 18mm or just 25mm, what you'll find is that the amount of light that can come in is much higher. You'll be able to get like an f1.4, 1.8 or f2.8, which is better than this. And therefore, most people don't want lenses that have a very large focal length. If you were able to get like a lens which was like 8mm to 400mm, that would be great really, wouldn't it? But the problem is it wouldn't be able to take so much light in because of the amount of glass inside. So basically what you're looking for is a lens that has a very low f-stop, as low as you could possibly get. f1.4, f1.8, that's probably what you're looking at. Or f2.8 is probably the lowest you want to go. And that's basically all you need. And then making sure that you have a nice zoom range. So actually Sigma came up with a beautiful lens. It's an f1.8, 18 to 35mm. That's become very popular lens, and lots of people use it for every purpose basically, because it has a very good light intake and at the same time it has a good f-stop and it has a good length. So I'll stop rambling on. Some lenses have image stabilization where you click on power IS and you actually have image stabilization. This one doesn't. If your camera doesn't have image stabilization, you probably want to buy a lens that does have image stabilization so that your images look stable. So I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the Cinematography channel. We release presets for Premiere which are good for text, text coming in like this, and some transitions. So make sure you subscribe to our channel so you never miss anything. Give us a like if you enjoyed this video and enjoy. Thank you.